Yo, what the hell is a
All
Flippant?
right, welcome back to the Flippant podcast. I am your host, Flippant, and we have Toya the neighbor back again, ready to take the verbal abuse. I'm just joking around. Ready to have another conversation. All right, so I do have a question for you. Are you capable of empathizing with a man and how they would feel regardless of what you think about the situation? Are you capable of jumping in our shoes for a little bit and understanding why we act the way we act?
No.
You're not capable of doing so? Man, I thought I was gonna catch you up in it. See, whenever I do something, because I'm a married man and I do have a kid, whenever I do something, I think I'm right until my wife pulls me to the side and tells me, hey, that was a little rough. I go to think, with my friends, like this is how we do it. With other men, this is how we communicate. But what I do is I take a step back because my wife was the one that caught me up on it. And I go, well, thinking about it through the eyes of my little girl, maybe it was kind of rough. I become empathetic in that situation. And you're saying you're not capable of doing that?
I mean, I can try to sympathize, but at the end of the day, I'm not a man. Just like I don't.
No. Empathy.
But empathize with what you guys like. Put myself in your place, and
Yeah.
I mean, I can try, but no, I don't think. At the end of the day, I'm not a man. Just like as a man, you can't. Well, as a woman, you can't.
So how long have you been married?
16 years.
16 years. And is it true that you would, if Mario was in a specific situation, you would know how he would react to it based off marriage? Is that true for you?
I would like to say I would think I would know how he would react to it just because I've been with him for so long.
So let's go into something more specific. He decided to get a motorcycle one time. Did you already know how he was going to act on his motorcycle, or were you just leaving it up to? Are you just waiting to find out?
Oh no, I kind of knew.
You kind of knew. Okay, so that's where we're going with this, is that you understand, given history with a man, that you already kind of know how a man's going to react to something, or how he's going to.
That's just being with him. Like you said, being with him.
Right.
I learned his behaviors.
Yeah, you'll understand. We're not a lot different from each other. I mean, culturally we might be, but we both act as men, because guarantee you get me back on a motorcycle, I'm gonna act the same way you think your husband's gonna act. Alright. And that's just, like I said, it's just being honest. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. You took that way better than I thought.
See?
This video is by Trey Kearney 26 on TikTok. Alright, so if you want to go look her up, go ahead, do your own research. But we're going to cover this video. It's called Why Men Just Don't Leave.
This is from data that I collected from men. Let me tell y'all why men just don't leave. Because we live in a real goddamn on world. We live in let's just cut the chase and stop acting like this is not reality, that these things are not going on. Let me tell you why men don't leave. Unfulfilled, unhappy relationships. Let me tell you why men, cheating is wrong. Having an outside relationship is totally wrong, and that is his problem. That is his fault. Nobody is blaming a woman for a man cheating. And let's just get that out of the way before y'all start going crazy. Let me tell you why men just don't leave. Their children, their finances, and their peace of mind. Let's just be real, black women, and I'm talking to black women right now. The majority of y'all, let's just be 100% real. A lot of y'all, the majority of y'all, and I'm not talking about women who this does not apply to. The majority of you chicks out there, when a man decides to leave, you're going to rape him any way that you can. His finances, his kids, and his peace of mind. You're going to harass that man about what you did for him and who he wasn't and why he didn't. And you want to ask, why don't he just leave? Because he got to deal with the fact that you're going to make it impossible, nearly impossible for him to see his children. He going to have to go to court and fight and for bullshit visitation. He can't go to school and pick his own kids up. If the kids is in day camp and they not having a good day, and the kids call their father at school, Dad, can you come pick me up? He got to get permission from you. That's why they not leaving. then you're going to just try to take all his finances. And fair is fair. I'm not saying when people get a divorce that each person shouldn't get the portion that they deserve, but y'all want to drain a brother dry, and you want to know why he won't leave? Why he just don't leave? Stop being unrealistic, ladies, acting like you letting this man leave and you at peace with it. Oh, go ahead. I know this didn't work out for us. No, you're mean, you're bitter, and then he got to deal with you for the rest of his life. Unfortunately, if he has kids with you, oh, that is a whole recipe for disaster, because you're going to make his life a living hell. Let me tell y'all the number one reason. And as hard as this is for y'all, for some of y'all women to believe, let me give y'all a good fact that y'all need to listen to right now. Let me tell you something what men with children said. Prepare your ears. Let me tell you something what men with children said why they don't leave. Cause my kids. They said if I could walk out the door tomorrow with my children, my money, and my peace of mind, I would have been gone years ago from this lady.
Yeah, I can agree. Like she said, if this doesn't apply, doesn't apply to me, because I would be in that percentage where if me and my husband don't work out, I'm not looking for vengeance on him. If we decide after 16 years, I mean, we lucky we did make it that long. So after 16 years, if we both agree that we want to walk our separate ways, I'm okay with that. So I'm not going after him for everything that he has. I do feel that if we build together, yeah, we're going to walk away. We'll split it. What's rightfully his, what's rightfully his mine, we'll split it down the middle. But no, I'm not going to make it hard for you to see your kids. Because at the end of the day, they're your kids. I don't want no more of them than probably he wants of them. So I'm willing to split that down 50-50. The responsibility of it, I don't want it 100%. Most people don't understand that they be so blinded by anger that they think they want that responsibility 100%. But if that's the case, then you don't need the child support. That's the way I look at it.
So there was actually 3 things. You cleared one of them up. One is the fact that you said lucky to be here this long. It's hard work. Nobody's ever lucky to, create a child. They're more, it was hard work. Getting to where you guys are, because I know who you are and I know where you live. It's like, that's not luck. That's hard work. Yeah. And how you would say it on a, like if you were to get it out to the world, like you'd have to make sure that they understand that you're not lucky to be here. You've gone through it all. The mud, the glass, all of it. And then now you're here. So I don't want anybody out there thinking that where you are is lucky, because it's not.
Well, no, not. I mean, anything that we did, of course, we worked hard for. What I'm saying is that to be, number one, a black couple, a young black couple that's still together. We've been together since we were kids, and still actually saying that that is some type of a weird luck situation.
You beat the statistical outcomes. That's right, you did.
So we beat the odds. Maybe I should say it like that. Not so much luck, but we damn sure beat the odds.
Oh, that's I know we're getting off topic here. That's a fancy way of saying the same thing. Because like if you were to talk to young black men and women, right, then you would tell them, it's like, hey, look, relationships are work. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just work, it's hard work. You gotta which I asked you earlier, you have to empathize with the other and see why they're doing the things that they're doing. And it's really hard to communicate back and forth. But we'll jump back onto topic, because you also said something else. Nobody gets into a relationship with the end in mind, right? Well, at least whenever I did, I was like, till death do you part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the end. It's like, yo, either you gotta die or I gotta die, but we're stuck here. You know what I'm saying? No matter what life brings us, we're stuck here. Tabs decides to go $50,000 into debt, and I'm trying to figure out where I have to help her figure this out. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, don't do this again. We gotta. So that's where my mindset is at. And like I said, if you're going into a relationship with an end date in mind that's not death, then I think you're dating wrong. Excuse me, and you're going into marriage wrong.
I agree with that.
Right. So we're in agreement with what she's saying right here is why men don't just leave. But
I think only thing I would have to say about her is that I don't know, because I'm a woman too. So it's not just that. That's not why men just don't leave. That's sometimes why women don't leave too. I mean, it works both ways.
Right. And you want, because you understand, and I'm speculating, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. You understand that children need a dad. And I say it like that because the court system is normally awarding the mom custody, and dads have to jump through hoops to go see him. I mean, you've seen this, and I've seen this, and I've very, very rarely seen the case where men have children. Well, men have full custody of the children, and they're not allowing the mom to, and it takes like an act of God for the man to have custody of the kids. You know what I'm saying? And I would say, it's not women's fault because they have this power and they're going to use it. Just like if I had a certain power, like I'm going to use it. You know what I'm saying? It would be more of, petitioning the courts and stuff like that too. So we're not at war against women. We're at war against the court who's... The system. Yeah, who's allowing this to happen.
Correct.
And that's who I would talk to. Like, I would never talk to any single mom out here. Like, why are you not, giving your ex-husband access to, or your ex-boyfriend access to kids? And like, I'm not talking to them. All right, because they're just as mad and upset, and like I can't get through to them. It have to be a court system fight. You know what I'm saying? Petition the courts. Let's go out here and riot. Yeah. Let's go and be like, yo, let's make this fair. You know what I'm saying? I'm just as good as a parent. As
like you said,
she
it's no one's fault. It's the system. Not taking too much off subject, but it's a privilege thing. It is the system. The system works in favor of the mother. At the end of the day, yes, we're gonna we're gonna live off and reap off that benefit, but it is not our fault that the system right now works in our favor.
Well, you also said something earlier. Is it a benefit? Like, if you're thinking about your life, like in your happiness, you might not be happy with, the person you're with. But if you were to take on kids full time without having help, is that really a benefit?
It is not, but the way that the system makes it, I can't be like, I want my kids, and the system's going to make sure I get my kids, and my significant other, whoever he is still going to have to give me something. So it's still going to be a reward with a punishment, if that makes sense. Not saying that having your kids full time is a punishment.
Oh, it's a punishment. But I will go ahead and say, I will say it for it's a punishment.
Having kids is a blessing. But,
it is compared to,
but that's what it is though. When we're honestly, I think that when most couples are fighting for the kids, neither one of them are really fighting for the kids because no one wants to take on that responsibility by themselves. Nobody. You don't want to be a single father. I don't want to be a single mother. We're looking beyond that part. We're looking at which one I'm going to get that extra finance if they decide to take on that burden by themselves.
But if you take a look at it like this right here, all right, because I know some of the younger couples out there, got married at 22, annulled at 23, and had a kid, and somewhere in between there, right? They're looking at $400 a month, because I know that's like North Carolina, right? To be single and raise a kid, that's not enough money.
The standards have been set very low, my friend.
It's not so whenever you're saying like, is it really a win if you get granted custody of kids and you don't, because women normally do, and statistically speaking, women don't make as much as men. Is that really a privilege?
It's not, but it depends on how petty you are.
And then I believe that's also why a lot of these young women are mad. They're thinking that, go to court and they're gonna like award me an extra $2,000 a month. No. They're gonna award you $420 here in North Carolina, and then the court system's gonna take their cut off the top. So now you've been awarded with $300. I'm speculating on that because I didn't do research on that part. How much a court system takes. So now all you're doing is padding the pockets of the court system, which all they did was, give you the right and privilege, but the money comes from him, goes through the court, filters out, and whatever's left of that, the woman gets. And if she's making...
The key thing you said, though, is getting it from him. It's one more fuck you to him. Did I get into the timeline for you?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
It is one more fuck you to him. So that, especially when you're doing stuff to be just vindictive and at the end, it's just one more fuck you to him. It doesn't matter how much it is. It's just saying one more thing that now you're responsible to pay this. it doesn't matter about the amount.
I'm glad you said that, because whenever I talk to, men who are paying child support, they're normally sad. All right, like I know, behind text messages and text messages don't give you the full story of what I'm really feeling right now. It's like, hey, look, I'm sorry things didn't work out. I'm sorry I couldn't be the man I was supposed to be. At least on my side, because I don't know what a woman would be sorry for. You know what I'm saying? On my side of it is, I just want to see my kids. You know what I'm saying? And if I do have to pay the money. Now, on your side of it is like, he's only giving me this amount of money. You know what I'm saying? And like, on my side is like, I just want to see my kids. Like, the court ordered this bit. I just want to see my kids. You know what's wrong? And then you're upset because life is not as it should be on your side. I think that if we can take those two sides and bring them together and be like, hey, look, this is the outcome. If we do decide to go this route, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be fully taken care of like you were if you were living with me, if we weren't divorced. 'Cause I'm not going to take care of you if you don't want nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Life isn't going to be the same after we split. First of all, it's going to get hard for both of us. We're both going through something, but since we're not going to sit here and communicate with each other as if it is, we're just going to lash out at each other.
That goes back to a maturity level for me, though. At the end of the day, that goes back to that percentage that this doesn't apply to. Right. Because we got to be grown up about the situation. If we can be on that grown up level and decide to walk away and just agree to, we're not going to be together, but we're going to do what we got to do is right for this child. Right. You don't have to get the courts involved. Just do what we got to do for this kid. Not too many people are going to be willing to do that, because instead of letting that responsibility, knowing that we got to do this for the kid, it's too much feelings involved. It's just, I want to hurt you because you hurt me. No one takes the kid in consideration at that point. That's why men feel like, and women, I'm not going to say men, but men and women feel like they get stuck in this cycle where I got to stay for the kid. I got to stay because I don't want to get hit where financially I start to struggle because this vindictive person just wants to hurt me now because they're hurt.
Right.
So I don't know.
I mean, like, this is one of those things that we like agree on. We're just like, so I would like to take the topics that we do agree on, because I thought we were gonna come into this where we were gonna have more disagreements.
Yeah, I mean, not for something like this though, because it'd be different if she was like all women like this. But even she said at the beginning, this is like for certain women. Yeah, and I do agree. I have, I ain't gonna say friends, but I know females that this would apply to. It does happen. And I look at it like it doesn't make sense, because if you do have a man or a woman who wants to be a part of their kids' lives, let them. Yeah. Just because they don't want to be a part of your life or want anything to do with you does not mean you have to punish them. That's stupid. It's childish. You're not teaching your kids anything, and you're not helping them at all or helping yourself.
So that's what you're telling women right now. Correct. And, like, I do applaud that message. Not saying that, there's no problems that men would have that they need to solve before, and like what I would give, and this is very unpopular on my channel, is whenever I give advice to men is like, well, look at yourself. Would you date you? You know what I'm saying? And if the answer is no, then you have no right to be upset that a woman's not dating you. But like I said, off topic. I got a compliment today. I was just talking to a guy I knew through a friend. He pays $1,000 a month in child support for one child.
Ooh, right? I know his. Sorry.
I said, dude, what the hell happened? He was like, she lives in Texas, cost of living. I was sitting there like, no, $1,000. I mean, if it's going to the child, but anyways, so I was standing there talking to him, trying to convince him to come on the podcast, because I was like, we need people like you to share your experiences, because all we have is like really pissed off men and upset men, but you're more level-headed, and you're like, well, I took on a second job, so that way I'd be able to fund my child support. So really great to have on here, because we already have the hostile, men that are, on YouTube. So next thing you know, like, there's this girl who walks by us, right? She walks by us, and then she like turns around and walks back, and like, he's Mexican and I'm black, and I'm still like, oh shit, and she was white. I was like, oh shit. So she kept on looking our direction, but I was just like, do I pay attention? Or do I just ignore her completely? eventually she gets to her car, right? And she goes, I completely missed where my car was because I was staring at two very attractive men. Jumped in her car and like I looked at him and he looked at me. I was like, no, she was talking about you. No, she was talking about.
Me and Tabitha gonna have to go give her a neighbor beat down.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to give your neighbor a beat down?
I said me and Tabitha are gonna have to give her a neighbor beat down.
Oh no, it's not like she. It was probably more on the side of like, oh my god, you guys could probably do things for me, like fix a ladder, or fix unscrew a light bulb at the house. That's probably what it was.
Okay.
Forget about the fact that I was wearing my American flag hoochie daddies,
and your wedding ring, but we're not gonna, not gonna speak on that.
Is there something about the wedding ring that actually?
Not gonna even speak on that. Little thirsty monkeys, but
This wedding ring proves that I'm capable of taking care of somebody else. That's
exactly. You would think, not to get off topic, when a woman wears a wedding ring, it's a propellant. When a guy wears a wedding ring, it like brings them on. Like they just.
Yeah, it's all a competition. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's what makes. That's one of the things that makes us different. Is the fact that like I want a woman for a completely separate reason why she would want me. In understanding what women want, I would change some of the things about myself. Maybe I thought becoming a botanist was gonna fulfill my dreams. Understanding that botanists make $32,000 a year lifelong, and like no woman's attracted to that. So it's like me being myself. I'm like, okay, well, what makes the most amount of money? A dentist. I'm not going to do that. I don't like people's mouths. And like, if you chew and it's quiet and I can hear it, you're probably going to get murdered here shortly. You know what I'm saying? like
brother, you don't like watching people brush their teeth.
It's a weird thing. I don't like dealing with people's mouths. Like, that's just something I don't, you know what I'm saying? But like I would go with the next best thing that's going to attract a woman, and it's not necessarily my job, but it's how much money I'm going to make. You know what I'm saying? And if I can do that, then why not? If I can understand it, go to school for it, and then come out and get a job doing it. It's like I'm completely fine exchanging what I love to do monetarily, so that way I can just do it as a hobby because my job pays for it. So that's how I would see it. You know what I'm saying? And then along with other things like working out, like if you were to become a single woman right now, you'd look at the marketplace for like attracting men, because now you're single and now you're wanting something. You know what I'm saying? You would look at the marketplace and you go, okay, so what she got that I don't have? And you're going to see that, okay, well, she does squats avidly, so I'm going to do squats. You know what I'm saying? Just like if I looked at a dude who had a lot of muscle and a lot of women on him, I'd be like, shit, he's got a lot of muscle. That's what's gonna. I need to go get more muscle. You know what I'm saying? So that's it's making it's like what's that word? It's not conflating, but like deflating it down to like a certain aspect about somebody, not knowing who that person is, but it's just making it as like a smaller thing that I can solve, which I think that's healthy.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Well, check this out. If there was let's say a petite, very a petite 4'9",
damn, why they gotta be shorter than
long hair black woman who's got like the little curls, like and she was like maybe a C cup with a nice booty on her, and she came up and talked to Mario. Like, you understand that he didn't do anything wrong.
No. I mean, only way I would get offended by it, and my husband can vouch for, only reason I would get offended about it is if, one, you don't introduce me to her type of thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't be like, you sit there and talk to her and then walk away and be like, oh, that was nobody. Or, I'm right here beside you, like this is my friend Toya. No, that's something that would be an issue. Other than that, though.
Ooh, this is my friend Toya.
Then we're gonna have a problem.
I just caught that. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's something where you talking about, oh, well, this is my wife. Hey, how you doing? I know I'm not I'm not the baddest person in the world. At the end of the day, my husband's attractive. That's why I was attracted to him.
Yo, I keep on saying that. Like, Tad, she'll go like, oh yeah, you see a girl that was sitting there flirting with you, was like, I'm just an attractive man. I don't know.
Like, that's the way it is though. Like, if my husband wasn't attractive, I wouldn't have been attracted to him. So I can't expect for me to think that I was the only person in the world that was going to be attractive to him. If that makes sense.
It's great because it brings me to another point. You're just like the best segue in the world.
Oh.
So there was we were saying, if you're not attracted to so I was talking about how when people get out of relationships, they try to become the best them that they can be. But while in a relationship, they get, for lack of a better word, comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say I decided to put on 40 pounds because, now I don't have to fight the rest of the world for this one woman that I want. Right.
We about to bump some heads.
We might. See, the thing is that, what I said in the video was, how come whenever you got into the relationship, you couldn't continue to be the best you possible in order to keep that relationship versus only doing it afterwards? Like, yo, I'll show you. I'm able to get, this, that, and the third woman, or, this, that, and the third man, because of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, why couldn't you keep that going throughout the rest of the relationship? I'm gonna go to college so that way I can be a better whatever, so this doesn't ever happen again. It was like, well, while you were in the relationship, how come you just didn't put forth that same effort?
See, I agree with that. And I think that should work both ways, though.
It should.
The woman should do it and the man should do it. I think once one side starts showing that point where they're getting comfortable, and then it's like a domino effect. If I see you starting letting it go a little bit and you're getting comfortable with yourself with me, I'm going to start getting comfortable too. Now, if I start getting, I guess, a little too comfortable, unfortunately, I'm sorry. But if we're getting comfortable with each other, I don't feel like I should have to put that much effort in it if you're not going to put that much effort in it, if that makes sense. I know it's messed up to say it that way, but that's what it is. It comes down to just being comfortable.
It's really not. But the question is
why shouldn't we keep it going?
Why shouldn't you keep it going?
I mean, we should. I'm not saying we shouldn't, but at the end of the day, it goes back, like when you first meet somebody, especially when you first met Tabs, you were courting her at first, correct?
That's right.
Did you, once you married her, had the kids and everything, do you continue to court her the same way you were courting her when you first were trying to?
Oh, absolutely. Even without the guarantee of some of the things that I want afterwards, like sugar walls, you know what I'm saying? Like, take her out on, like, now it's just like, you take her out on a $150 dinner date because that's how expensive it is. That's our taste. We want some seafood over in Swansboro, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, without the promise of, getting some sugar walls later on, we still go do those dates. And we'll do it on a random Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? We'll get home, it's like, she goes, I'm feeling shrimp and grits. There's only one place that she actually likes the shrimp and grits. And that place just so happens to be expensive.
Y'all should go Southern Harvest. Right over there by Cold.
Is that the Christian place?
No. It's over there by Cheddar's.
Oh, going downtown? No, Cheddar's. No. Cheddar. Oh, Cheddar's. Oh, on Western.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. I'm telling you, best. I'm gonna get the name of y'all right. What is it? Southern Harvest Seafood Spot. Really good. Love you guys. Best shrimp and grits in Jacksonville.
Hey, go ahead and plug.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna plug.
We'll definitely do that because we got to take a 30-minute drive just to go get the shrimp and grits.
And they DoorDash best shrimp and grits in Jacksonville.
Oh man!
And they got good muffins. But yeah, well then you are the last of a dying breed because I'm at a lot of relationships don't do that, and I'm guilty of it myself. Things I did in the beginning of my relationship, I don't do now as far as still courting my husband because I've already got the prize. I got comfortable.
Hey,
why keep doing
it? She said it. Men are the prize.
Well, no. Women the prize too.
Stay strong, kings. Like
in my eyes, the man is the prize and the woman's the prize. I looked at him. I thought he was attractive. I wanted him. That was my prize. I got him. Vice versa. So once I got it, I got comfortable. He got comfortable, and I felt like that's To me, someone that is the whole objective, is that you find somebody that you can grow with and get that comfortability with.
So it's like Hancock with Will Smith.
Yeah.
And you know how they like got together and they just became weak and pathetic and
yeah.
Right?
But I mean, it may be weak, but it's just, I mean, you want that to grow. Oh, not so much weak, but just that comfortable. I don't want somebody that I gotta dress. I want to be able to just walk around with. If I'm comfortable, we lay down, watch TV with each other. I have my holy sweatpants on. He's walking around with his shirt on, belly out, like that. I want that. That's comfortable. I don't want to have to walk around with heels all the time, makeup, all that good stuff. I don't need a 5-star dinner, go out to have a good time. Like, that was in the beginning when we were courting each other. Sometimes just laying in the bed, watching a good scary movie, eating some popcorn, that is a 5-star meal. The quality time is what I need. All that other courting, the money that was spent, that is not. Because like you said, you can look at where we've worked out hard to get. I got everything I want. Now that we're older, the quality time is what makes it special.
So
growing old and fat with each other is what makes it special.
What I got from you is that it's not necessarily a old versus new way of thinking. This is what's supposed to happen, right? You're supposed to get comfortable with each other and grow old with each other and understand you guys' mannerisms, and it's not about going out to the 5-star restaurants anymore. But what's happening today is that access to new people has become so accessible. Like, if you're in Missouri living a life of comfort, there's a dude in Miami who's willing to just fly you out, and now that becomes your new perception of life. It's like, this becomes boring now, mundane, if you will. Like, we don't even go to 5-star restaurants every night, but you got some dude who's willing to promise you 5-star restaurants out there in Miami just for a night with you. That's what it's become these days.
Exactly, but I guess the type of person that you bump into is, I guess, you have a couple of them that be that dying breed that still just want that old fashioned. That's what I can say, is the old fashioned. Not, I don't know, back in the day, my husband tell you, like, I used to love wanting to go out, wanting to go to the parties and drink and stuff, and now I'm a homebody. I just rather just lay in the house. My explanation of a good time is just me, literally just me, the kids, us, watching a movie, playing some games, eating some good food, eating a bunch of junk food, falling asleep, waking up and doing it again. Like, that is a great time for me.
Right.
I don't need to go be around a bunch of people. I don't need to be drinking. I mean, I like to drink, but it don't really have to be there. It's just literally, like I said, the time for me, because I don't know, the older I get and the less I don't want to be around people like that, because people don't know how to act.
So there would be especially like from some of the communities that I've actually watched, they would say that a woman like you would lack options. So that's why you're not really interested in the faster life.
Like options.
Like I said, men options. Like I said, it wouldn't be me. Like if I see a woman in this neighborhood, I believe her to be a mom and a wife, right? And like the respect on that level would be like, wave, and that's just it. I didn't even know what her ass looked like. Like, you're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you belong to somebody. If you're here, you belong to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So how the argument will go on the modern day internet right now is just that you're not looking at your other options because you don't have them. Like, nobody's checking for you. And I get what you're thinking. It was like, so the fuck what? I mean, I get a compliment every now and again, but like, if I had to go and redo it, like,
I wouldn't. It's just too much work. I mean, if you got what you already want, what's the purpose? What's the point? It's like you gotta go through all that over again, all that building that comfortability with somebody, and it's too much work. Right. You know how long, not to just take it to that TMI information, but how long it took me to be comfortable to want to fart around my husband and take a shit. Like, I don't have that time to build that comfortability with anybody else. Right. I'm good. It's like I don't care about if it's the opportunity is there. If I wanted to continue having to look for that, I wouldn't have stopped when I was 19, 20 years old. I had the opportunity to do so. I chose to stop. It wasn't that my opportunity was cut short for reasons. I chose to stop because once I found what I wanted, I was good.
So anything helpful would be, let's say, so YR, because, I mean, you seen the video, we agreed on it. Why men don't just leave.
Just like women don't just leave. I think it comes to the point that, especially if you invest a lot of time in it, number one is comfortability. Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to give up. I mean, just like women, men, I think we're both competitive creatures at the end of the day. Neither one of us wants to lose. Are you going to give up on a game that you've been playing for 16 years? You want to see it through to the end somehow, some way. Right or wrong?
There's definitely a better way, just like the way you were saying earlier. It was like, to the end is getting these kids off our insurance for one.
Yeah, let's at least see the kids through, make sure they're okay. If the kids can make it through this without going to jail, becoming crack or something, at least we finish that part, then we can walk away.
Getting a street hooker pregnant, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, let's
like
see something.
What?
At least if we can see one accomplishment come out of this relationship, then we did something right.
All right.
Then after that, it's not so much of us giving up, but we did something right, and we won something. We won the board. Now on to the next game, or whatever the case you want to do it. But I think it's most of why don't men just leave? Why? Why should we? Why should we have to walk away for something that we don't put so much time and energy in? Why?
Right. So that would be a great message to the younger generation of women is, look, if you buy land here in America, don't just sell it. You know what I'm saying?
That's because time's getting hard.
Yeah, like don't sell it. Like, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? It may not be as valuable right now, but eventually it becomes something. And I think that is men. You know what I'm saying? We become something later on down the road, where it's, the honor of being a retired Marine, whether it's the honor of, eventually getting to CEO or manager of a Fortune 500 company. Like, we become something where it's like, it's not just for the pride of us. It's to be able to pull other people in, like our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine your husband, who it just so happens to not be here in this room right now, let's say he retires from the Marine Corps, and like every Marine that he's imprinted on while he was in, if one of your kids decide to join the Marine Corps, like there's somebody going like, yo, your dad, great man, I got you, I'm gonna take care of you, right? You build that legacy, and then you're able to help your later generation in life, and that's who men become. You don't see it now because, we're just kind of childish and we want a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? But we've built those relationships, work relationships, deployment relationships, the people that we've helped along the way who are still going to be there whenever we decide to leave. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shoot, you're a Williams? Oh, come right this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's who we become. Women do, they do marvelous things too. I still remember the candy lady from where I came from. Like the simplest form of, I don't have to walk 5 minutes to get to the store. I just walk 30 seconds to your house. Like, this is great. The simplest form is what I'm grateful for. And like I said, women do hold theirs too, but you're going to have to speak on that because I'm just going to come off as like, there's this one time this lady cooked for me that you know what I'm saying? It was going to be like that versus, the legacy being left behind by men. But I will say that, it's how that man is capable of doing so. It's because there's a bunch of stuff at home he doesn't have to worry about. And I've never crapped on like housewives or anything like that. Like, freaking, like, she made a pie for work, including like my coworkers now. Like, I'm the youngest one there by like 20 years. The next one is like 50 years old, and then it gets up to like 65 and 72 or something like that. Some of my coworkers, like, their wives, like, my wife made brownies, like, and at first I was like, I'm not gonna eat the brownies because it's like, I'm gonna diet. And then cookies, and then like gumbo, and then like, I'm sitting over like, you know what? I'm gonna try this stuff.
Let me taste that real quick. Smells good.
It was like, yo, your wife is an angel. I don't even know her. Your wife cooks like, well, she's been doing it for 20 years while married. She's been doing it for 30 years while married. You know what I'm saying? And like all that time and effort and like understanding what their man is thinking and doing, and you know what I'm saying? A simple cookie just like made my whole day. It made me want to go up to Tess, why don't you make cookies like that? Your cookies are dry. And, you know, we're talking about like somebody who's been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah.
Who's focused on gumbo for 30 years, who focused on other cultures and just trying to incorporate them into dinner for 30 years, who understands that if you use vinegar and baking soda and water in a mixture of 3 to 2 to 1, it can clean up dog piss and you'll never smell it again. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I gotta go to the store to buy some stuff that doesn't even work. But what you did was magic.
Magic, yeah.
Could have made mustard gas. But instead you made something that worked. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I would be excited to talk about marriage. Because I look at, you know, this 72-year-old who's been married for like 45 years. And it's like, dude, how, like, you're the person I want to talk to. How the hell do you even make this work? It was like, at some point you stop trying.
I agree with that. I think that's one thing I did get from being married to my husband is that my husband hangs around like a lot of old people. I used to make fun of him because of it, because I think he has like an old person fetish. He loves old people. And it's an old couple we hang out all the time, go around and play cards with them all the time. And it was like weird seeing them together. I always, in my mind, I always think like they old and they're still together. And I'm like, what could keep them together? Because I don't think they're still having sex and stuff. And to me, being young and stuff, like, sex is the only thing that can keep you together sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, what could be keeping them together and stuff like that? But then I would watch it. They're sitting around, they're playing cards, they're talking and watching TV. And they weren't, like, genuinely happy with each other. So just looking at that, I would sit back then and be like, I want that. So the older I got, and I see that was stuff that's why I started kind of wanting that. And it made me happy. So it, you know, in return, there was stuff I seen that made him happy when he was younger. I felt the older I got, that's stuff that made me happy too. So it just kind of worked for us. We may come off boring. My mother, everyone makes fun of us because we'll be in the house. He'll be in one room, I'll be in another room. He'll play Scrabble on the computer. I go on the other computer, I play Scrabble. We'll be in the same house, but we're playing with each other, playing Scrabble or playing cards. It works for us. We don't have to go out. We don't have to spend a lot of money to have a good time. It's just that it works. I don't think that this new modern age, they're so fascinated about spending money and being able to post it and show everybody what they got and who got it for them and who their man is or who their girl is. And they lose focus or track of just the genuineness of being happy.
So if you could take your experience right now and you go, tough question, what did you sacrifice just to get this? Because you look at that older couple and you're like, okay, you know, they've been happily together for like 40 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like you see the outcome. But if you were to ask them what they sacrificed, me being, you know, young and stupid, I go, I sacrificed that sexual encounter behind that dumpster over there just to have a relationship.
See, and that honestly, besides the bunch of, I got married and stuff very young. The only thing I said I sacrificed engaging in other relationships and stuff like that. Mm. But what probably would it bring me? Probably more kids or something, or STDs or stuff that I've never experienced now. Probably a bunch of stuff that I probably wouldn't even want to discuss. Mm. So, we can think about the positive what ifs, but of course we got to think about the negative what ifs too.
Right.
There is some things I probably have missed out on, but would I change anything I've sacrificed to the point where I'm at now? No, because I'm still happy. Mm. I got my 3 kids, I'm happy. Even with the ups and downs of my relationship, I'm still happy with my choices, because God knows I literally think that if I would have did anything any other way, I probably would have had way more kids than I got now. not living where I'm living at now, which I'm very blessed to be at,
right.
or probably in somebody's jail, dead, or worse. You know, so it's just, I don't want to live on the what ifs and the regrets. At the end of the day, only thing I can think of is I'm happy. That's all that matters.
Well, in a positive way, I think I can empathize with women because I believe your youth is one of the things that attracts men to you. And I can firmly say that I took my wife's youth. You know what I'm saying? I took all those years where she could have like found a millionaire or something like that and gone to Paris or, you know, stuff. So I took experience from her. What she took away from me was kind of those same experiences, and like, you know, with my drive and my passion, I would like to think I could have been a millionaire by now, but that would have to, you know, be like, I don't have to take care of at home things. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a kid who's constantly draining my pockets and my patience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like if I was to stay on a path that I was, you know, I might have been, you know, let's say, because I was meritoriously promoted twice in the military, and like, I just wanted to keep that going. With the family, I sacrificed my millionaire status, if you will, which I would like to believe. This is a whole nother hypothetical situation. I sacrificed millionaire status and playboy status at this time so I could be a family man. What that does for me is, in the long run, is I can still hit that millionaire status later on in life. You know what I'm saying? But now I knocked out my legacy. Like, you know, at the age of 38, my responsibilities aren't done. But, you know, like, it becomes easier because she's out of the house now. You know what I'm saying? And I can go back to, you know, focusing on what it takes to be a millionaire at that point, instead of having to think about, you know, what kind of troubles my daughter's getting into, you know, signing report cards and stuff like that.
So question, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you could have done it all over again, would you change anything?
First of all, this dating, this modern dating shit, it is for the birds. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, how's a woman gonna look at me who 30 years old, got the experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make all this money, like single Keyron, right? I make all this money, and she's gonna look at me like I'm short. Like, get the, like, are you kidding me? They're like, do you not understand what, like, 6 figures is? It's not, we're not going to Paris this year. We're going to Paris next year.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We planned for it this year.
The type of money I make right now, it means, like, if you needed lotion by tonight, I can go get it. If we needed groceries, you know what I'm saying? Like a handful of groceries, I can go get it. Along with that, I'm paying for the house and all the bills and stuff like that. It kind of drains the pocket, and you're putting money into savings and stuff like that. Whoever told you that breaking into 6 figures means that you're capable of traveling every time you feel the wind? No, that's not what that means. It's not. Like, your conception of money is just ridiculous.
But so that goes. So if you had a chance to be like like you say, you sacrifice being a millionaire, basically. Not, you know, hypothetically. If you could have be a millionaire without being married and a child now versus now you have a child and you're married, do you think you're happier now than what you would have been to be a millionaire?
Oh, I'm way happier now. Hey, look, validation from women, all it takes is, that's it. I go about my day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because none of all this is trouble right here, and I understand that.
Now that's a good, because I don't think a lot of people have said that.
Well,
most people are like, oh, what happened? Because everyone thinks like, well, I got money, so I'll be happy. No, because to me, it's like you get all that money, and then if you ain't got nobody to share it with, it's like, what's the purpose? What's
exactly. The point? You'll find that in a bunch of TV shows too. It's like, man, I got great news today, but don't nobody care.
Nobody care to hear about it.
And it's so small, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so small, but it's a big thing. If you've never felt that way, it's small. But if you're like you and me, like, we felt that way, it's like, you know, I made the best cookies in the world. It's like, yeah, but nobody gives a fuck.
Like, I got put up for another little promotion at my job. It doesn't get no extra money, but I was excited to tell my husband about it. Like, that was something that was big. Like, yeah, I'm going to get up for another promotion. My supervisor put my name to get another position at the job. Doesn't get no extra money, but it was something that I was excited about. Right. If I didn't have nobody to share that with, I'd be like, oh, okay, it's just nothing.
It's loneliness.
Yeah, but it's fun to share with somebody. So.
Yeah, nobody wants to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I think that the dating market just definitely needs to simmer down for a whole second. Maybe having a Tinder profile, maybe just because you can, you probably shouldn't.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah, it's quick and easy, but like, that instant gratification becomes numbness at some point. Like, if Tabs didn't make it so freaking hard for me to just, lay some pipe from time to time, that instant gratification of, oh, you're married, so you can get it all the time, like, it would probably lead me down a road where it's like, I don't really like you anymore because, like, it's too easy. And Tabs, if you ever listen to this video, like, don't make it harder, okay? Like, I
don't agree with nothing he's saying, Tabs.
Don't make it harder just because I said that. Just like, like where we're at is fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to the bar and like every woman just threw themselves at you, like, it's like that becomes mundane too, and you just don't. You know what I'm saying? They think that, just because you're making millions of dollars and women are just willing to just jump in the car while it's moving, you know what I'm saying? That equals happiness. It really doesn't.
It doesn't, because that they don't really want you. They just want what you can offer. Mm-hmm. It feels way better when you know that the person that's there with you enjoying and reaping the benefits of what you've done is actually genuinely there for you because they support you and they deserve it just as much as you deserve it because y'all kind of work hard to get it together.
Exactly. Work hard. Relationships are hard work. I don't think we need to continue this video.
But I think we kind of answered the question of why men don't leave. Same reason why women don't leave at anything. Hard work. If you put in the work, why leave? I'm not going to leave if I put in the work.
Right, and you would hate to see all that hard work
go to another motherfucker that didn't deserve it.
Yeah, some 21-year-old, big booty.
Why she gotta have a big booty?
Because he's got money now.
Little booties matter. Little booties matter.
Yeah, to you, but I'm paying for it. So, if I'm paying for whatever 21-year-old just came out of junior college right there, like, yeah, whatever I say, that matters.
See, they go younger and younger. Listen, if right. I am paying for any rich man that just got out of his nursing home because his kids didn't love him, I love him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Have you ever been on a boat around here? Like
a what?
Have you ever been on a boat around here?
Around here, no.
Yeah. All right. So I have. I used to work on a fishing boat, and like coming back, we smelled like fish and blah blah blah. It's a 50-person head boat. Leaving the jetty is a nice Grady white freaking. It's damn near a yacht. All right, damn near. It's a $1.2 million boat, and it's always some white dude that's old and crusty and. He's driving the boat. He's piloting the boat, He's the captain. On that boat is the local talent, and the local talent is a handful of young college-age women who, us gross fishermen on the boat, we're like, show us some tits. And like they do, right? Like the local talent. Like, I mean, I kid you not. Every time, what? To see some tits, that's like bad. Anyway, they're like, Tabs, I got something to tell you. I saw a pair that weren't yours today. Like, I feel so bad about it. I don't. So.
Put your hand down, sir.
So I say that to say this, all right? Because I said it was a young local talent. There's not. And let's be like quite frank here, there's not a single woman who's over the age of 30 on that other boat over there. You know what I'm saying? That's just fun and having a good time and, is probably, taking a couple of Valiums just to, not get seasick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's on the boat. You know what I'm saying? If I can, buy that boat and go ahead and put, my wife and her friends on there, but I guarantee you they're not just gonna flash nips. You know what I'm saying? At the pack, like
you'd be pissed off if she flashed your nips too, though.
Why would I be pissed off about it? I'd instantly terminate. Like, no, we're not. Like, I'm not gonna get mad. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, so like, you're not like from what I've seen, from what I gathered. There's not a handful of 30 to 45-year-old cougars and shit on the other boat willing to do that. Like, one, because that old crusty white dude is not allowing them on the boat. Like, the fucking like I'm rich.
We don't have another good topic.
I'm gonna invite the 21-year-old.
I think that sucks though, because at the end of the day, a lot of older women are better than these little knucklehead 20-year-olds that y'all out here trying to mess with now.
Question is better how? This is another segment right here. Better how? Mentally,
physically, emotionally, we can handle it all, baby.
That's cool. Then why aren't they on the boat? Because look, it's not my boat. It's not my boat.
It's because y'all can't handle somebody who has a mind and can speak for themselves. That's what you want, these little airhead bimbos. That's been happening for years now, though.
And that's
another topic. Exactly. It's another topic because y'all can't handle somebody that got a mind that can speak for themselves. That's your problem.
If I go to the local community college, because like, let's say I'm the person like buying, right? I'm the buyer. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want. Like,
you waste your money on poor quality.
I wasted my money? Like, I had a good
time.
On
poor quality.
Like, if I'm
on poor quality. You guys would rather buy for quantity than quality.
Girls built like a brick house.
Quantity than quality.
Remember that song?
They pay for... Yeah, I know the song. If you pay for quality, they gonna have a mind of their own, and then you gonna be like, oh, didn't get my money's worth because she's speaking back, or she understands that these are quaaludes.
I paid. No, thank you. I paid. Well, first of all, I don't condone drugging anybody for.
Oh, I know you don't. I'm just saying. You talking about rich? You said rich white guys. I'm not talking about all rich white guys. We're just talking about the ones back in those days.
Dude, I didn't have to bring him in with drugs. All I had to do was go yacht, and they were like, yo, me, and then you sit there and go, I want you. Show me your ID. Oh. At least 18? Alright, you know what I'm saying? You get on the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Back in those days, they didn't ask for IDs. They said, get on the yacht. We got lots of quaaludes in the back.
See, the thing is, I've never been invited to a yacht either. You know what I'm saying? I could be just as mad as you are, you know what I'm saying, about whoever is the clientele on the yacht. Or I can go get my own yacht. Right? Like,
I agree with that, but that's like, so we're not gonna get into that's gonna be another topic for discussion later.
Well, I mean, we're only an hour in.
Because we're gonna have another whole video for this because we're on why do men don't leave, and we're gonna start talking about the age thing. We need a whole video to help with that one.
The age thing.
Yeah, I think we should have one on why. To me,
all right.
I think we should do that one though.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm completely down with, going into the age thing because I think I can answer your questions in that.
Good then, because I'm going to show you, I'm going to send you some of my material so you can play some of my video. We can go back and forth of which one.
I'm going to hit you.
I'm getting tired of being called a cougar. I'm not being called a cougar, but I don't like older women being called cougars. What do old men get called when they go out here searching for younger women?
Hugh Hefner.
Playboys.
It's not really a bad name to be called.
I know, it sounds way better than a cougar.
Than a cougar? Like, I mean, that's a term of endearment.
Endearment. That sounds like something you say for your grandmother.
For your grandmother?
I don't want to be endeared. Endearment? When you say Hugh Hefner, does it sound like a term of endearment?
Well, but there's a difference. You got to like work your way up to that level. You can't just be Hugh Hefner because you're old and crusty. You can't do that.
You're not being called Hugh Hefner because you're old and crusty. You're called Hugh Hefner because you're out here with a bunch of young women.
I'm gonna let you know that I've said this in a video one time. I said, why do women like the Hugh Hefners? I was like, money. Like,
but that's true though. That is true. But also, young women is like Hugh Hefner because money. Just like I said, I'm 36 years old, but Anna Nicole Smith, the fact that she chose who she chose when she chose them, I agree. She went for somebody that was way older that could benefit her because the fact that she needed what she needed. I have no problem with what she did. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with what y'all do. I'm just saying the terms of endearment. We're cougars. You guys are playboys.
Well, you like spades. We just call a spade a spade. That's it. Like, if you don't like the word cougar, I mean, like, I would suggest you don't become one.
But I don't want to. I'm never gonna be a cougar. But my thing is, why have we got such a ugly name? Why can't we get a new name for? Why can't we be Hugh Hefners too?
Because you're not. First of all, we don't even care about your money.
Because just like you said the other day, men, we can already come in here established. It's a young woman. You better hurry up and get married and find somebody that's already established. Y'all gonna already have y'all money.
We just value two different things. That's it. That's why, after we get done.
Y'all value sex. We value money.
I mean, we value youth. You know what I'm saying?
Youth and sex, we value.
Hell yeah. There's a dude on it was a TikTok video. He was like, you think I eat like, she's 35 and older. Like, I don't eat ass like that. It was like, it's gotta be like 22 to 27, and like I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Without a question. And like that dude, it was just him, just that one dude. And like what happens is, women will conflate this one dude up to, because like I'm equal opportunistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as it's clean, I'm fine. But like this dude, he was just like, yo, I made this whole age range. It's like, dude, you can't come after me with what he said, because like even though we're the same, but he put an age range on it, and I'm pretty sure if you put Halle Berry, who's on the other side of 35, and that, like, he's game. So you just gotta, like, understand that he goes, looks, every 35-year-old and up woman looks like this, with the mild exceptions. That's why my age range is from, down below. But I guarantee you, who's, name somebody who's, like, 45, 50 years old.
Nicole Murphy.
Nicole Murphy, I don't know who that is.
Eddie Murphy's ex-wife.
Nicole Murphy.
Look her up real quick.
That's pretty. That's really pretty.
She's very pretty, very beautiful, and still out here.
Who's a Mendez? Man.
You would go with somebody that's not black, of course.
I mean, I don't really.
You talking about what's her name?
Eve Longoria.
Yeah, that's that's for Housewives. That's what I'm thinking about. Longoria. Eva Menendez is from 45, 30. Yeah, her. Who?
See, this right here, who is this? This is Eva Mendes.
That's Eva Mendes.
Let's see how old she is.
Oh, Cynthia.
She's 48 years old, right? So she's 48.
Cynthia Hill.
I love you this.
What was her real name though? Cynthia Bailey.
Let's go age first.
She's in her 50s.
55. Yeah. I mean, look at that. I mean, even though that's, Vogue covering up.
But no, you can look at her like, and she's on TV. Cynthia Bailey's very beautiful. Well, it's a couple of them. It's a couple of my girls. At the end of the day, black don't crack me. My girls don't.
So if we were talking about, like, you said she was 55. Mm-hmm. Like, if I was to look at her, I'd be like, oh, you're hot for 55. Could never compare to a 21-year-old you. You know what I'm saying?
But why though? Like, even like, look at her ex-husband. Like her ex Peter. He's cute. I wouldn't say he's cute for. He's just a handsome man. He's just handsome.
Well, like I said, we are different. Like, you know, me 21 years old, spastic and no beard, looking like a milk dud, still balding. Like, I can't compete with who I am now. Like, now I'm 191 pounds and I like put on the muscle and, you know, I did the work and I got the beard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to get on somebody who's in this room's level where I got like a little bit of salt and pepper coming through. Oh, I'm about to change the game. The game will be changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it because, like, I told you about my dad showing up at high school, right?
No.
Coming to high school, salt and pepper, goatee, looking, hair slicked back with waves, glasses that are just now, you know, transitioning into like indoor lenses instead of outdoor, you know, shaded. Like, these girls would, like, they would literally come up off me like, yeah, we're supposed to go on show. Oh, who's that? I'm like, that's my dad. They're like, hello, daddy. You know, and like just walk over. Like, are you kidding me?
It's the maturity.
I was 13 and women, like, I'd be at the skating rink. Like, who's that? I'm like, yo, focus. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get them. And like, now I can't even be mad at it. And you're telling me that whenever I get the salt and pepper that I can't just go, shit, and have a woman just pass out? Oh, man. I'm about to change the game.
I'm not saying you can't. You can. I'm saying I don't want to be called don't call us cougars.
Don't call you a cougar.
Don't make us, like, to me, when y'all we don't make y'all feel old. Don't try to make us feel old. I hate when, like, when y'all get older, if y'all want to mess with somebody younger, fine, mess with somebody younger. Dude, that's what y'all choice. It's y'all choice. When we do it, it's like we supposed to feel bad. You're cougars. Y'all make anything to make us look negative. When y'all do it, it's fine. It's like, think about it. Look at Diddy and all these other. Anybody mess with is not a bad thing. Even though you gotta think about a lot of these men who's 50, 60 years old mess with these 20-year-old girls now. They were babies in diapers at one point.
No, we're not thinking about it like that.
You may not then, but at the end of the day, they were. But when y'all looking at us, it's like, y'all, oh, you got them right on the titty and all that stuff. No, it's like, it's not fair. It's like a double standard when it comes there. And it's the same thing, but it's a double standard. And when it comes to sex, if we don't look at y'all as pedophiles every time it happens.
Because it's not true.
Look at us. Well, y'all make it look like we are.
No, I mean, if you went and
cradle robbers, that's what they call us, cradle robbers.
If you went and like decided to date a 21-year-old, you know, dude, like I have no, you know what I'm saying? Well, what I would think about is like,
damn, she robbed the cradle.
I know she about to make that. She about to make that boy fall in love. He's gonna be like, oh, I'm like gonna propose to you later on. And like, why you have to do that, man, like that? He had no experience, and then you just gave him everything in one night. Of course he loves you. Of course he wants it. You know what I'm saying? Like you hit him physically in the area where we're dumb. We don't, you know, like well, she had this little technique. You know what I'm saying? Like we. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't never felt nothing like that before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, yeah, whatever teaches, huh?
It's a 21-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man. He's a man.
I agree with that. I just think, like I said, when it comes to the whole being younger, whole thing, I just feel like when the names come involved, it just feels like it's so negative towards women more than it is with men. It's like we're cougars or we're cradle robbers or, you know, it just always comes back to like makes us feel like you're too old for this. It never plays that way when it comes to men. It's always that way to women.
No,
like even like if the way that we dress sometimes. Oh, you're too old to wear that. I hate that statement.
That's women saying that.
I mean, I'm not saying it's all to men though. I'm just saying
we're less. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're sitting there at the bar going like, yo, bend over. Hopefully that nipple fall out. Like, that's not us.
Y'all not looking at old women saying that. You're looking at young women.
We're looking at all women saying that. We can
once women get to a certain age, y'all men are not looking anymore.
Yeah, 80. Like that, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're not our problem, we don't care how old you are.
Wow. Don't believe it, but okay.
Yeah, like that's the truth. Go ask any man. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not willing to deal with you, you know what I'm saying? And like some of the stupid stuff, like we're more willing to deal with, you know, anybody that's younger and they got their issues and you know what I'm saying? We're more willing to deal with that than an 80-year-old wearing diapers. You know what I'm saying? It's just how we are.
Damn, number one, don't say wearing diapers.
We value youth.
But why would you be? I think with someone younger, they have more drama issues that they can't really handle themselves. Than someone that's more older and capable and mature enough to handle it. Why would you be willing to deal with somebody that can't really deal with their own shit? They're gonna rely on you more to deal with it than someone old enough to just need your advice.
Like I have a 7-year-old little girl. She's going through things right now that I haven't been through in 23 years, right around. I just ignore it. You know what I'm saying? She, of course, the important stuff, that she's coming to me and she's asking me, but, some of the other stuff is Dad, I drew a butterfly today. Ignored. It's going in the, I know how it looks towards, but I really could give a fuck. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But if it's Dad, I got a boyfriend, I will be playing video games, and it's the hell you do? We gonna sit here and talk about it. But that's what's important to me. Her mom deals with the whole, I do a butterfly. She's like, oh, let me see it. You know what I'm saying? We're different. What do you want me to change that? Hell no. My daughter still loves me.
Though, you still gotta have to. You have to. Because what happens when you go find somebody that's like that? To me, it's a little bit of disrespect. Because you want your daughter to feel heard. You want your daughter to feel like she's respecting the relationship. And if she can't get that from her own father, then...
She can.
If you're not even paying attention to her butterfly, because that's her mother's deal. Her mother got to deal with that. I'm just here to deal with her when she says she has a boyfriend. We do the same
thing with our friends. There's stuff that you...
That's a friend. You're her father. This is
right. So there's stuff that you tell Mario that you don't tell your girlfriends. And there's some stuff you don't bother Mario with that you'll go straight to your girlfriend. It's oh, they care about the sauce. You know what I'm saying? They care about the tea. Mario, he cares. Yo, do we got yo, we got an extra $2,000 in the account. What are we gonna do with that? He's gonna perk up to it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about, Lucille in the office, he could care less. Unless Lucille was
he may care less, but he still hears about it. And if he was here, he would say that. I still tell him about it.
You can't tell us that we care about it though, because we don't. Because my daughter is still going to tell me about the butterfly in our class.
And I'm still going to tell him about Lucille in the office, and he better pretend like he fucking cares.
If you think I hurt her feelings by not, internally not caring about it, all I did was my eyes glazed over. That's all that happened.
Sometimes it's just about being heard, though.
Look at this butterfly. Eyes just glazed. I'm not sitting here telling her, I don't give a fuck about... No, that's not how that's working out. It's just oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but you don't even have to say it. Sometimes you can get sense. It's about being felt, not even being heard. I'm sorry. It's about feeling like you're being heard. If I don't feel like I'm being heard, it can still hurt.
Yeah, but you're not gonna come up to me the next day and tell me about it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Because then I'm gonna feel like I can't come and talk to you about certain things. So then I'm gonna start keeping shit from you.
You can't talk to me.
And then when the neighbor starts sneaking in my window, I'm not gonna tell you about it. I'm not gonna tell you about when the neighbor starts.
First of all, let's not talk about our kids getting together. Second of all, don't tell me about the butterfly because I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
The butterfly could be cold.
Huh?
The butterfly can be a code for something.
Okay, it could be, but you'd think I would have caught it already. You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't, I would concede. I'm not as aware of a father as I should be. But there are some things...
Well, at least you're honest and you can admit it.
Yeah, the bus driver said, and I go, well, the bus driver shouldn't be saying shit, so I'm going to listen to this real quick. Sit down, you rotten kids. I'm like, okay, that bus driver hates you and is not totally finger popping one of the kids in the back. You know what I'm saying? The bus driver hates y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're kids to him and they told you. I know, I just took it to a real place. But that's what I'm listening. Because I have a girl. A 7-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? If there's the teacher wanted to play doctor today. What?
What kind of doctor?
Okay, so now we're going to talk about this. But I drew a butterfly. Yeah, no, it doesn't really catch the attention. Dad, I got an A. Oh, we got to go celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Dad, I drew an antenna on the butterfly I drew yesterday. Yeah, we're back to square one. You know, I'm gonna turn around. So, like I said, I get it. A lot of that makes people feel uncomfortable. But I am a dad. I listen for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's because I don't want my daughter to, have this whole nightmare. And like, my parents didn't listen to the things that I said, growing up, and I was abused at school, which they kept on sending me to. So like, I get it, and that's why I gotta be graphic. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand. It's all jokes and stuff and here and there, but like, I pay attention. Not to the butterfly in art class, because I don't really give a fuck. I'm here for development.
Well, as long as you know. I mean, like I said, you listen out for, I guess, at least the key stuff. That's all that matters. But as long as you understand that you have to at least sometimes, even if it isn't something that intrigues your interest, you have to still let her know that you care somewhat, even if you don't really care. Because believe me, I have a son that has a whole bunch of imaginary friends. And I don't care about none of them. But when he starts telling me about them, I pretend like, some of them are my friends too. Because I just want him to understand, like, his interests are my interests somewhat too. I don't want him to feel like he has to shut me down and just only come to me about the most important stuff. Because sometimes people are weird and they make them think that, like, I was watching a show and the guy was telling the girl exercise. And she thought exercise was having sex. So as he was telling her it was exercise, she was telling him, yeah, we exercise all the time. As a parent, you're thinking, they're exercising. Not knowing exercising they were. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just, I don't know. As long as you just listen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and see, you're a mom.
Yeah.
And I'm a dad. Completely different. Like, I seen your face whenever I said, yeah, I don't care about the butterfly. Like, there was another face that I seen that he was like, yeah, I really don't care about the butterfly either. Like, really?
But I just make sure the butterfly is just a butterfly and nothing more than a butterfly.
See, that's why, and we're gonna just tie this all up nice and neatly. We're gonna bring it back to why men don't just leave. Like, look, we understand we're important in our kids' lives. Not because of the butterfly, but because of other things. We protect, we provide, we give you advice on the things that you're asking us for directly and indirectly. And moms are enablers. You're the ones that tell them that you can become presidents, and we're the ones that tell them, oof, not with those grades. You know what I'm saying?
I think each parent has a role in the household. The mother, we nurture. I think both sides we protect in a way, but we nurture, we protect. As a mother, my job is to nurture you. I'm going to baby you. I am going to protect you. I'm going to love you. I'm going to give you that.
The dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to push your dreams. As the father, you're here to guide them, protect them as well. But you give them, I guess, that more. I'm like the
realistic
unicorn. Yeah. I'm like the unicorn. It's like you can do whatever you want as long as you put your mind to it. And you're more realistic. Like, sorry to pop your bubble, but these grades, no way. So
you're going back to second grade, and I never knew a president that failed the second grade. So you might want to trash man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
working together, it helps with the kid. But the reason why I feel like I said, men don't leave, women don't leave. It's not just the kid. It's just at the end of the day, you put forth that energy, you put forth that work. No one wants to see that work that they put in just someone else reap the benefits of it, or it just, fall apart in front of their face. So at the end of the day, you don't give up because of the fact that you put forth the work. You want to see it through. You want to see something come from it, whether it's good or bad. And then once it's, some type of outcome, then you can walk away. But just hopefully that both parties can walk away and be mature about it. No one can walk away vindictive and just agree to disagree and just say, hey, we did the best that we can. You're entitled to this. I'm entitled to this. Let's agree to be friends at the end of the day. Because I think that's where a lot of relationships fuck up on, is that we came in this at the beginning liking each other. We need to walk away from this still, I feel, liking each other. We don't have to be in love with each other. But at one point we were family. I think we should still like, or not even like, we don't even have to like, but be cordial, but at least love each other.
Right.
I think once you families, and especially when you make a family, I think you should still love each other at the end of the day. Even if you decide to walk away, you should still love each other because at one point you chose each other.
Alrighty. And on that note, if you have nothing for me, I have nothing for you. Toya the neighbor here. Show her some love. I'll see you in the next one.
Deuces.